Welcome to the Force Always. Dirty singlet again. But anyway, this is the Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 4, which is called The Foundling. That's just aired on Disney+. This is a review from me, a Star Wars fan. That's right, a Star Wars fan. Let's get right into it. Straight off the bat, 8 out of 10. Fun episode. Very different to last week's episode, being short and sort of almost kid-like sort of feeling to this episode. But there is going to be a spoiler in here, which may spoil it big time for you if you haven't seen the particular episode yet. But something great, in my opinion, happened tonight in tonight's episode of The Mandalorian. The reveal of who Grogu or Baby Yoda escaped with from the Jedi Temple in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin was wreaking havoc. Who was it? It was who we know as, in real life, as Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks. No, not Jar Jar Binks saved him, but obviously another character that Ahmed Best has played, which is a Jedi. And you actually do see him as a non-Jar Jar Binks in Attack of the Clones. Not so Jedi look, but you could interpret as possibly a Jedi look. Looking a bit more formal in a club sort of environment in Attack of the Clones. In the scene where the changeling at the start of the film of Attack of the Clones got caught by Obi-Wan and Anakin. And yeah, so we've got Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, saving Grogu from the terrorism of Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith. Now, I've got to tell you something that's really remarkable for me. I've met Ahmed Best. I met him at Chicago Celebration, that was Star Wars Celebration. And I actually got him to hold my lightsaber, which was the Anakin lightsaber. And he held it pretty well. And I've got a photo. You will see the photo at the end of this particular episode. It was a fan photo. I had a great conversation with him. Very nice person. Got an autograph from him. And I got to say, when I did have a conversation with him while getting the autograph, because with the photo, it's in and out type of thing. You go in and out. But he does. Some of the actors, sort of really take it in for a moment. Some of them just go and that's it. But anyway, but he was definitely one of the good ones. I felt very emotional meeting this person. I knew of the story that he had expressed prior, or actually after the whole Star Wars thing. He had so much torment because of being Jar Jar Binks. He was brought to possibly suicidal thoughts. Wishingly, he did not do and carry it through. He's just an inspiration, a great person. I'm thankful we didn't lose from falling victim to the harassment that some Star Wars fans can do. And I actually said to him a story. I said, just for the record, like I was really emotional. What I can tell you, he really took what I was saying in. He was really attentive as well. But I did say to him, it's funny, the first time I ever saw Darth Maul, I said to him, he looked like a crazed basketball fan. Like, I liked his look, Darth Maul, but I just thought, this is a bit weird for like an evil person. He looked like a crazed basketball fan. And I actually said to him, I never had an initial response to Jar Jar Binks, as everyone has created how bad that character is. I just took him as another alien in the Star Wars universe. Yes, he was goofy and based on Goofy, according to George Lucas, which was revealed at Chicago Celebration. But, I just took him as one of those wacky aliens, maybe a little bit not so serious, but in his sort of comedic manner. But I never had a problem with the person or the actual character. And I didn't think it was the greatest looking character. I thought Hammerhead looks better, but anyway, I just thought it was so unusual. I actually thought nothing much of Jar Jar Binks in a bad way, but I thought more bad of Darth Maul. That's in my opinion. But it's still to this day. I mean, Darth Maul is a great character. He does look good. I mean, there's certain things I'd probably change his look in, like I think his hooded cloak could have been a bit better. But anyway, that's my humble opinion. But 8 out of 10 for this particular episode. 8 out of 10 for this episode of The Mandalorian, episode 4. This season is pretty strong. It's very consistent in a high ranking feel for myself. I don't think it's like overwhelming yet, but I think it's really, really good. They're keeping me with it. Unfortunately, apparently from last week's episode, not because of last week's episode, but the rankings are slipping with The Mandalorian. So I'm wishing that it's, going to get back on track a little, but unsure why that's happening at the moment. Maybe people just wanting to explore the Baby Yoda a bit more. It's his or hers origins. We don't know if it's a he or she, really. But yeah, so it has been very good. The only thing I'll say about this episode I didn't like greatly, it was okay, was the big flying dinosaur thing. I thought it was a bit, that's what made it a bit kid-like manner. It was just a little bit, I don't know, sort of, I don't know, just a bit unusual. At the same time, it looked good, and I accept it. It was just a weaker part of the episode. They are starting to end the episodes without cliffhangers. To me, that's a staple of any TV series. Even though it might be predictable, having a cliffhanger, we need cliffhangers for episodes. It just really spurs you on to watch the next week with such anticipation. The best way to prove my point is when we saw Avengers Infinity War into Endgame, the anticipation was really high. Not that I'm a big Marvel person, not that I'm big on Avengers. It's good. Star Wars is my thing. Avengers is not completely my thing. But the anticipation between those two films is what TV series need to do as a staple, in my opinion. Anyway, that's 8 out of 10. That's the Force Awakens this week. Until next week, my friends, with the funky hairdo I got. Look at that. The funky do. Anyway, watch out for the photo I put at the end right after I say this classic thing that I keep saying at every episode. Keep rockin'.